Hello YouTube, I'm here to discuss about the High Court's recent quashing of the recent plight to the Right to Die scheme. I'm going to tell you this. I am disabled. I have cerebral palsy, which is like the common cold when it comes to disabilities, because on average a lot of people seem to have cerebral palsy. My cerebral palsy doesn't affect the fluidity and my conjugation of speech, although it does affect me in the form of me not being able to walk and flinching at loud noises. I find that every person should have the right to die because people can choose whatever they want to do in their lives in the form of work, getting married, sexual orientation, and giving to charity, raising awareness of certain issues, and gaining money and other things. Considering many people have the privileges of employment, gaining material wealth, starting their own families, and doing whatever they want to do as long as it's legal, I think we should have the right to die, because over time some people with disabilities get worse than they are now, becoming slowly eroding their freedoms and liberties to do as they please. And it is for that reason, for the quality of life of the individual, that they should be allowed to die. And given with the fact that Atos has been indiscriminately slicing at disabled people's independence, like myself and others like me, and the fact that many Remploy centres, which provided a sense of community and love for those disabled people who may not have functioning faculties, to have a sense of employment and well-being when it comes to work, have been shut down. I feel like all this talk of the disabled becoming less discriminated against and more equal in society is nothing more than talk, and the actions have eroded our independence and our freedom and our feeling of being accepted within society at large. Moreover, I find it absolutely disgraceful that no disabilities minister has a disability themselves, when the MP for Blackpool Cleverleys, Paul Maynard MP, has cerebral palsy also. I would have loved to have seen Paul Maynard being made Disability Minister, as the coalition keeps banging on about it being one of the most progressive, free-thinking governments of this decade or any other, when in actuality it is anything but, providing a liberal smokescreen to confound and confuse the ordinary electorate into accepting unsocial policies. Ever since Margaret Thatcher's death, that all there has been is a conformed consensus of capitalism without the emphasis of social mobility and socialism in general. It is as if socialism has been confined to the Natural History Museum as an exhibit on an extinct animal, an extinct political dinosaur, if you will. Moreover, I feel that more socialist policies would bring a more interconnectivity between government and the electorate. And finally, the current Disabilities Minister, Esther McVey, although she propagates herself to being an intelligent woman, I find that, and she was Cheshire Wirral Woman of the Year and Cheshire Businesswoman of the Year, I find her placement as Disability Minister to be morally wrong. She was only placed in the position that she holds as she seems to be vacuous, and like most female MPs, complains that there is not enough female representation in Parliament when they do not seem to put the case themselves forwards that female MPs need to stride and show the male-dominated government that they are having to be worthwhile. And she herself is vacuous, and that's why she was placed in the position she holds, because her vacuousness allows the sexually transmitted disease known as IDS on Society, Ian Duncan Smith, to fill her ideas with woolly-ish nonsense and silly ideas that do not reflect society as a whole and is a disgrace to our Parliament. And every time David Cameron mentions he has a disabled son, it is nothing short of blasphemy, as every time he pretends to portray himself as a caring, loving father, all the time these reforms that are placed on our society makes David Cameron's poor, dead, disabled son rove and writhe in his grave. I hope, like Ebenezer Scrooge, the spirit of David Cameron's dead son rises from the grave in chains, forever haunting his memory of what he has done to the disabled population of Great Britain.